guys, welcome back to my channel, Psychic Goddess Erica. And today I wanted to I've been wanting to do a tutorial that's going to cover every card in the tarot, but I kind of been avoiding it. So I decided, you know what, I'll just start somewhere, and it's not going to be back to back to back. I don't know if it's going to be a consistent schedule of me posting each, but make sure you're hitting the notification bell and subscribe to my channel so you know when I post new content, so that if the tarot tutorials for each card are something that you're looking for, then you will know that there's a new one up. Eventually I'll get through all 78, but I'm going to just concentrate on one card per video. So today I'll be working on the Fool, and today this is the, let me move a little bit closer. This is the Melanated Classic Tarot. So I wanted to do this deck. This is the back. Gonna show you guys the cover here. So I wanted to work with the Melanated Classic Tarot today because it's basically the same. It is the same as the traditional, the classic Rider-Waite-Smith deck that we all know, only melanated. So with black people or melanated people. So this is why I wanted to work with this deck today. And this particular deck, you know, the last time I checked to see, you know, if it was in stock, where I got it from, it was sold out, and I think they were taking pre-orders, which I think will come around October or so. But just keep that in mind if you're trying to find this deck. There may be a wait because I don't think they are in stock just yet, at least not at the time of me filming this video right now. So with this tutorial today, I'm not going to be getting into all of the exact detail meanings of the card itself. I do think that's important for you to learn if you really want to start learning tarot. One of the channels I would recommend for learning some of those things is by Mystic Rain, and there's another tarot tutorial I learned, I checked out years and years back, and that was I think I just typed in learn the 78 tarot cards in 2 hours, something like that. And it was a part 1 and a part 2. And so I will show a screenshot of that video here too. So yeah, if you want to know more in depth of the symbols of this card, I would suggest looking into that or all the tarot. How I read, if you guys know me by now, I learned to read tarot intuitively, so I didn't learn the meanings until much later after I had already been reading with the cards. And so that's kind of the way I wanted to explain each card in this series, I guess you could call it. So that's what I'm going with today. So I'm looking at it from more of a intuitive way of reading cards, because remember, you can be psychic with or without divination tools. With or without divination tools. If you choose to use divination tools because that's your thing, you're still psychic. If you choose to not use divination tools, you're still psychic. If you are, of course, tapping into that. Can you learn to read tarot in terms of meanings and placements and teach yourself and not tap into your psychic ability? Yes, people can do that, but you're not going to get the best of a reading that way. So how I read is tapping into my natural channeled abilities, and I use the cards to channel information. And the tools, it's kind of like, how do I explain this? It's just a way to kind of like filter the energy through, I guess you could say. Some people scribble, some people sway, some people when they're channeling do other things. Tarot for me kind of works as a way to filter the information and channel it through. But I read tarot with my natural psychic ability, and I read it intuitively. So for me, I don't really pay attention to placements or spreads or things like that. I know a lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't. If I do a spread, sometimes I'll make it up on the spot for myself, but I just kind of read in a moment, in a channeled way. So let's start with the Fool. So I actually forgot to put this in the video, so I'm recording this after and adding it into the beginning, just so you guys know. So the Fool is part of the Major Arcana, part of the tarot. So major arcana are, so how I personally think of major arcana are the things that life experience. Major arcana is life experience. The things that change you in a major way. The things that happen in life that impact you in such a huge capacity, whether it feels positive or negative in the moment. So the Fool is a major arcana card, and I forgot to mention that in before, so let's hop back over to the rest of the video I already recorded. The Fool, and if you don't know, the tarot journey is called the Fool's Journey. It started off that way, and so this is all about the Fool's journey through life, you could say. So it starts off with a 0. 0 represents a womb. 0 represents a portal. So in the beginning of things, all of us come through the womb. All of us come through a portal in the beginning stages. So this is that energy before the last chapter. I mean, this is that energy after the last chapter has come to a close, and it's the energy before the next chapter starts. So when I look at the Fool, it gives me the energy of someone who is starting a new beginning, or walking into unknown territory, or in that void space of not knowing exactly where the journey is going to go, but stepping out on faith, that kind of energy. Now, whether the message is positive or negative is going to depend upon the other cards around the Fool, the type of energy you're feeling as the intuitive doing the reading, the question that was asked, if there was a question or if not, you know, all of those things. So there's never ever one meaning to a tarot card ever. So this is why I say, yes, you can learn the you can learn the meanings, but if you are learning it in the sense of like a textbook meaning of a card, it's not going to be a great reading. The meanings will change if you're reading with your intuitive abilities, your psychic ability, depending upon the question and who you're dealing with and things like that. So the Fool also gives me the energy of someone who is carrying they're carrying their baggage on this journey. Their baggage from maybe the past life they just came from, their baggage from maybe earlier on in this lifetime. You know, it doesn't look like a whole lot of baggage, to be honest. So this could be due to the fact that maybe they are still they haven't had certain experiences in life, so maybe they have not taken on baggage yet, or maybe they have already removed or let go of past baggage they no longer needed. And again, it's going to depend upon what you're feeling and what the other cards are telling in the story, because it's going to create a story. And again, there's many ways you can read this. They're carrying their baggage with them. It's not a lot of baggage, whether it's because they don't have it yet or because they got rid of a lot of it. But it is this energy of like a fresh start, a new beginning. I get spring vibes. You know, look at this flower in his hand, and this is the energy. To me, this looks like purification. To me, this looks like innocence, like innocent energy, innocent vibe. Also the dog is also white, representing purification and clarity and innocence and things of that nature. So the Fool energy can be someone who is, I get the energy of someone who's like, I kind of get fairy energy sometimes with certain people with this. It doesn't matter if they identify as male or female, but like that fairy, playful, childlike, innocent, inquisitive, wanting to explore, like sometimes overly trusting vibe, you know, having faith, trusting divine timing, trusting where things are going. And even look, they could be walking off this cliff right now, but they're not worried about it because they just fully have faith, fully have trust that they're going to be okay and be protected on this journey. So in a positive sense, that's some ways of seeing the Fool, of trust and faith and new beginnings, and just the new beginnings of a journey, the start of a journey. You know, this could be somebody who's changing homes or relocating careers, or just relocating or traveling into this new environment, new place, either literally and physically, or in a symbolic sense of just being in a new place in life. And don't know all the answers, don't know where the path is going to lead or if it's going to come to a stop, but they're trusting the process. And I think the most important message is to trust the process. This energy can be someone who is trusting or needing to trust more. Now, in a negative sense, this could also be someone who's has a lot of loyal energy and loves unconditionally as well, you know, kind of represented by the dog as well. Maybe you even have a special connection to animals or animal spirits, things like that. So I also like to pay attention to the colors and what the person is wearing. So I don't know if these are pomegranates or another kind of a fruit. Again, I'm not getting into the exact symbolism, but on his outfit there's fruits. And so to me, that represents the energy of, like, you know how they say things bear fruit? So things that can grow, things that can prosper, things that can nourish, blessings, abundance. So this person feels to be aware that they are blessed and they are ready to trust that more of it is coming. There is a whole lot of yellow here. So the yellow could be also the solar plexus chakra energy. So ready to take action, willing to take action, trusting those gut feelings, leading. Look, this person is like leading with their chest. They're like saying it with their chest. They're saying it with their chest and they believe it. Like, this person is not scared to hold back. Like, that's the energy I'm getting from this. So, you know, a lot of people may refer to other cards as being confident, but a lot of the time the Fool feels like somebody who can be confident, but maybe sometimes, depending upon the kind of circumstance or the other cards or the energy, I feel like maybe sometimes naively so. But still, I get confidence from the Fool. Now, on the more negative side of things, depending upon what card you're seeing or the feeling you're getting, the Fool can also feel like somebody who is overly trusting or too naive. You know, those people that want to see the best in everyone or the best in everything, or maybe those people that overly romanticize the situation, that they don't see the reality of what's happening before them. In a negative way, depending on certain things, the Fool can kind of be like that as well sometimes. So you can kind of take that energy, like maybe in a negative sense, depending upon the situation, the Fool can be someone who thinks people are loyal to them that are not loyal to them, or they think that people will suddenly change, that has consistently shown that they're not likely to change. Or maybe they're not the great planners and they're like just taking action without thinking things through in kind of an immature way and still having faith, but maybe it wasn't the smartest course of handling things, or maybe they needed to plan accordingly a little bit more, things like that. But either way, it depends upon the kind of energy you're feeling in the other cards in the story for that, and also what the question was, if there was a question. Now, you can kind of say the negative things I just said can refer to the Fool in the reverse. Some people will say a reversal means the opposite of the card in upright, but others will say maybe it still has the qualities of the upright card, but maybe the reverse is a blockage in the energy of things, a blockage in terms of executing some of the energy of it, that kind of a thing. For me, a reverse, I don't really feel like it means the exact opposite of an upright, because I don't feel like there's one meaning to an upright card. So to me, it's gonna mean, it kind of goes along with what I feel intuitively. Like, let's say the Fool came reversed. Like, an example I might feel is that maybe you're struggling with your faith. Maybe you're struggling with seeing why this new beginning or fresh start could actually be a good thing. Or maybe you're struggling with, trusting divine timing, things like that. It could be something like that. It could represent more of a struggle or a blockage, I guess, for me intuitively, but it really just depends. So, and some people don't read reversals at all. Sometimes I don't even read, read reversals, because there's so many ways to read the card, period, that whether it's upright or reversed doesn't really matter. The story is still gonna be there in terms of the other cards, or just what I'm feeling and sensing one way or the other. So yeah, there's that. Also, the mountains in the background, the mountains are behind him. So the energy I'm getting this, him or her, or they. So the energy I'm getting from this is that, like, to me, when I think of mountains, like, you think of climbing mountains. When you think of climbing mountains, that's a challenge. So mountains sometimes can represent something really big and grand, or a challenge, or maybe a huge lesson or accomplishment that needs to be learned or take place. So again, it's going to depend. The meaning's always going to change. So the mountains are behind them now, though. The mountains are behind them, and even though they may take a step, and who knows if there's anything under here to catch them, they're about to take that leap of faith anyway. So that's kind of, in summary, the energy of the Fool. If you guys enjoy this, and also if you have a personal experience or connection with the Fool and how it resonates with you, comment it below. Oh, some may even say that the Fool can represent somebody who can be foolish, in a negative sense as well. Sometimes it just depends. But again, if you have a way that you view the Fool, or if you have a personal connection with how the Fool has resonated with you in your life over time, comment in below. Like this video. Remember to subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which would be the Magician.